So I've been trying to be more confident in myself lately, because I feel like growing up I was always taught to be humble, to put others first. But now I feel like I don't know when or how to put myself first. And I find it kind of difficult to find that balance. Like, how do I love myself and have high self-esteem and still be humble at the same time? And I think it's difficult because the balance kind of depends on what you want out of your life. Because I think, of course, humility is good. I think it helps you make friends and serve other people. But I think without self-confidence, you risk losing your identity and losing who you are. And you can miss out on your own dreams and opportunities. And then on the other hand, self-confidence is obviously good. I think Blue Lock taught me that if you want to make a name for yourself, if you want to be the best, you kind of have to have an ego, right? But I think, without humility, you can damage a lot of relationships. And maybe you're successful, but you probably won't have anyone to share it with. And so I think that what I want out of my life is probably somewhere in the middle. Like, I want to serve and love others well, but at the same time, I have dreams and aspirations, and I want to be proud of who I am and proud of what I do. Like, this past week, I was counseling this Christian camp, and going into it, I was praying a lot for humility. I was wanting it to be about God and about the campers and not about myself. And I was praying that I wouldn't just be thinking about if I was a good counselor or not, or if the campers thought I was funny, or if any of the other counselors thought I was cute. And so throughout the camp, I was serving as hard as I could. I felt like I was pouring all of my energy and effort into it. And then on the last night, all the counselors were sharing their experiences and how they saw God move and how they saw these miracles and amazing things happen. And for me, I felt like I served well, I loved well, and I built great relationships with my campers. Shout out Bat Signal. And at the same time, I didn't feel anything extraordinary or life-changing. But I didn't feel bad about it. I felt this sense of satisfaction and peace. I felt like I was faithful to what I was called to do. Felt like I served well. And even though I didn't necessarily get the recognition or have these amazing stories to share, I felt proud of a job well done still. And I didn't feel bad. Like, I didn't feel like I was a bad counselor, or I didn't question if I prayed hard enough. I didn't think like, oh, maybe I'm chopped and unk, like the kids say. And I think that's the humility that I was praying for. I think, like C.S. Lewis said, humility is not, hey, I'm doing something. Like C.S. Lewis said, humility is not thinking less of yourself, but it's thinking of yourself less. And I think that's what I was learning. That somehow, as I'm thinking less about myself and more about God, I became confident and humble at the same time. Because I think I wasn't thinking about my own insecurities. I wasn't thinking about what other people were thinking about me. But I was thinking about what God says of me. I was thinking about how God says He fearfully and wonderfully made me, how He created me in His image, and how He calls me His child. And so I think what I want out of life is more than just making friends and serving others. And it's more than just making a name for myself or being rich and famous. I think what I want out of life is to just sit at His feet, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord, and to one day hear Him say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.